Hi friends! So for the past few years now, I've started realizing that instead of just having frizzy, dry, dead hair, in fact, all I needed was moisture. I've been working on a curly hair routine. I've been taking all these little tips and tricks from TikTok and YouTube. And finally, after trying a bunch of products that some worked and some definitely did not, I wanted to share with you how my hair turned from this to this. Big difference. So grab your coffee and let's get to it because this is gonna take a second. To start off, I want to talk about what I currently have in my hair right now. I'm currently on day 4 hair right now. So yesterday on day 3 hair, toward the afternoon before my shift at work, I applied 3 things into my hair. The first item that I put in my hair when I know that it's starting to get to around wash time, I don't do this every single week, but the first product that I put in is the rosemary oil. I know this one is very, very popular. Everyone's been raving about it. It went very TikTok viral, but honestly, I haven't noticed anything in terms of hair growth. I more wanted it for moisturizing properties and also just to make my hair necessarily healthier. I'm not necessarily worried about getting more length out of it. So I haven't been keeping track of that. I can't give you advice on that, but this really has helped my hair feel healthier. And then after I take it through and I put a few drops in, about 5 swipes on my entire scalp, then I wet my hair and I put in my leave-in conditioner. This is my holy grail. I tried this one because it was on sale. I clicked a coupon at Target and it smells so good. This one specifically is the Manuka honey and Mafura oil. It's so light, but it has just this buttery, slightly floral quality to it, and this one hydrates my hair so well. This has been my big game changer of the year for sure. And then the last thing, I used to always, anytime my hair was toward the greasier side, I would put in gel, like just any sort of Tresemme and high intensity hold gel, and then I would also put hairspray on top of that. But those products really do build up on your hair over time, and even with the clarifying shampoo, I feel like using that weekly to slick my hair back when it's on the dirtier and greasier side, I just don't feel like that was the most productive way to do that, especially with how much product I needed to use to get that out fully. So instead what I've switched to is the Rosemary Mint Daily Styling Cream, and this is by the same brand as the Rosemary Mint oil. This one, it's a really nice light styling cream. It does have a little bit of a heavy scent to it, just like the oil, but I feel like if I'm going to be slicking my hair back with something, it should be something that has just enough hold but also is benefiting my hair while I'm using it. This one I actually originally got for my boyfriend to help him style his hair, just an easy like one product because his hair is pretty thin, so we wanted to do something also not damaging for it. And I had one day where I needed to pull my bangs back because I do have bangs underneath this. It holds bangs back. I just use a little bit of it and it sticks really well. I highly recommend trying a styling cream if your go-to is usually gel and hairspray. It just washes out of your hair easier and it stays a slightly moist, but like lotion, so it holds your hair pretty well afterward. And then after all of that, I put all the products in, I brush it through. That's when I put my hair in a low ponytail, just so that way it can be held back, I can have my hair out of my face, and then I can braid it afterward. Because the hair mask is pretty thick, I can't necessarily just wear my hair down when I'm at work because you can tell that it has something in it, obviously. And I've done the option before where you put it in a bun, but I just feel like that takes all that weight and puts it on the top of your head, and it just left me feeling a lot of tension towards the front of my scalp. So I've opted for the mid slick back pony with the braid in it instead. And then once it does dry down a little bit, it sticks in the braids super well. So I'm really happy with using this specific hairstyle, and I was able to treat my hair for a lot longer. Typically before, I would put some oil, the rosemary mint oil, in about an hour before showering, but sometimes I would remember to do it before. Sometimes I would only leave it in for 5 minutes because I'd forget. I prefer doing something a bit more long term. So this has been in my hair now since around 4 p.m. yesterday, and it is now currently 1 p.m. Almost 24 hours this has been left in my hair. So the next step on my list now is to go wash my hair. I have 2 different products that I use when I wash my hair. I typically wash my hair about every 3 to 5 days, depending. On average, most of the time it's 4, and if I have a special occasion that I want my hair nice and clean and bouncy for, it'll be 3 then. So I switch off between these 2 washes. The first one is the not as stripping, kind of just cheaper shampoo and conditioner to get the job done, and that one is the Suave Rosemary and Mint shampoo, because this is pretty cheap for a big bottle like this. And then for the conditioner, I have been using the Raw Sugar Scalp Restore conditioner. These 2 have been really good. Again, just like the styling cream, these were bought with the purpose of sharing with JP because it just saves us money that way. So we bought things that we felt like would benefit his hair as well as my hair. So again, this isn't necessarily curly hair products, but it gets the job done. Now, on the days when I want a much deeper clean and a stronger amount of moisture, then we will go back in with the SheaMoisture Strength and Restore shampoo, clarifying shampoo. I know it looks like I haven't used a lot of this, but a little, oh my god, goes a long way. I barely skim the surface there, and it has gotten at least probably 6 or 7 uses out of it. Out of nothing like that. You just put a dollop in your hand, you foam it up, you run it through your scalp, and then I usually take a second one for my hair because I have a lot of hair. So I do about 2 dollops, and then I run it through my scalp and scrub it. I'll rinse it off, and then I'll do 1 more dollop just to do that second extra cleanse. And then after that, I'll go in with the same mask that I have on my hair currently, the Intensive Hydration Hair Mask from SheaMoisture. And again, I don't typically do the treatment that often where I leave it in for 24 hours. That is just once in a while when I decide. I've been implementing that for the past few weeks now, and I've been really liking doing that. So sometimes I don't need to do both of these when I go in the shower, but typically I do. The biggest thing that I've learned over the past few years is moisture. Just like how you need to moisturize your skin, you also need to moisturize your hair. And I always was worried of making my hair too oily, because another issue that I've always had is having a really dry, flaky scalp. And I didn't know if it was dandruff or if my scalp was just dry. So for a good majority of my life, I've tried to keep my scalp and my hair dry as possible because I convinced myself that I just had really oily hair. If only I could tell her now. So now that we've gone over all the pre-treatment hair products and what I typically wash my hair with on a weekly basis, it's time to go into the shower, wash my hair, and because I have the treatment on, whenever I have the treatment on, I use the clarifying shampoo. We're gonna wash our hair, and then I'll show you all the products I use on my hair after the shower. Okay, so we are in the bathroom now. I just finished washing and conditioning my hair. So now I have it in a microfiber towel, and I'm going to let it just dry up for a few minutes to take away all of the dripping moisture. I don't want water dripping all over me, but we still want it wet so that way the product can be applied evenly. Okay, I've been letting my hair dry for about 5 minutes in the microfiber towel, and this is what it looks like right now. So now let's get into all the post-shower items that I use. First off, for my scalp, just so that way I don't have an itchy, flaky, dry scalp. I don't necessarily like to put oil on my scalp. I have tried that before and it doesn't work for me personally, but this item that I use is the Scalp Revival from Briogeo. Just like the rosemary mint oil, I'm going to just take a full dropper of it and then run it through my scalp. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then maybe like 6 and that's only one dropper. I try to be frugal with my products. This is one of the ones that is on the more expensive side. And I also wanted to note too that as I'm running my hands through my hair, just keep in mind I did not buy all these things at once. I buy them one at a time, slowly over time, and try to add and try new things, because we're not about wasting money over here. We don't got money to waste. Just keep that in mind, that you don't need to have a completely new hair care routine all in one go. It takes time, and just get things one at a time. Be smart about your purchases and make what you have work if you can until they're empty. So now that we finished that, I'm gonna add some more moisture into my hair. So another product I've been really loving is it's a 10 Miracle Leave-In plus Keratin. I don't know why I picked this one over the original, but the Keratin, the added keratin in it, made me think that maybe there's something extra special to it. I'm not exactly sure what keratin does, but I figured that it would help repair damage in the hair. So I got this one and I really like it. So I'm just gonna do a few sprays in my hair. I usually do this over the bathtub. That way nothing gets on my floor. And I sprayed my face. Okay. And then just a little bit towards my scalp. I try to avoid towards my scalp area just so that way my hair doesn't get too greasy too quickly, and this can last me a good amount of days. That already feels so much better, especially after the clarifying shampoo. My hair feels so clean and so soft right now. The next product that I'm gonna go in with, again, I did not buy these all in one go. This I've had for probably close to a year now at this point. I used to use it as a heat protectant, but then I realized that one, I almost never use heat on my hair. Even using a diffuser, which we're gonna use later, I almost never do, except again when I really want to shape my hair the way that I want it to look. But the Eva NYC Main Magic 10-in-1 Primer, again, I've seen things online that this doesn't work very well as a heat protectant. I'm not sure how true that is, but I know that I barely ever use heat on my hair. I actually really love using this just because it has argan oil and sunflower seed oil in it, and it smells amazing. So more than anything, I actually just use it to keep my ends from feeling dry rather than using it solely as a heat protectant. This one even less sprays than the Keratin. Did about 4, and this one really just tried to work through my ends and my ends only. Yeah, it's really oily, and a lot of people have said that they don't like that it makes their hair super oily, but that's again why I mostly use it as an oil for my ends, because I've only ever bought one hair oil and it constantly grew mold on it. So I haven't bought another one since then. I've just been using this one. When I'm feeling lazy, I'll just stick to that. I typically wash my hair at nighttime. I'm a night shower most days, so I will wash my hair at nighttime, let it get mostly dry, spray those products in just so that way it doesn't end up all dry in the morning, and then that's pretty much it. I just go to sleep with it kind of damp, and then it's dry by the morning time, or if I shower soon enough, then it will be dry by the time I go to sleep. But what I do on those other days when I want it to look extra bouncy and curly, because as you can see, it doesn't really have any shape to it just yet, is I will use the Miss Jessie's Jelly Soft Curls. Now again, this is the first product I've ever used from this company. I really, once this is empty, want to try the Pillow Soft Curls, but I will not be buying that until I run out of this bottle first. I've learned that a little product for this goes a long way. I did about that much in my hand. I'm going to rub it around, and then I'm just going to scrunch it through my hair. So this one I do have to turn my head upside down for, but I'm just going to scrunch it over the main body of my hair, and then I'll go through afterward, and I'll find some parts that look a little flat. So like right here, now I'm kind of doing the side, trying to add some body to it, and I just scrunch it in. And as you can see, that already makes such a huge difference. It's already forming shape and curl to it now. I may have let my hair get a little bit too dry. Somehow, maybe because the sun is out and it's daytime, it dried very quickly compared to when it usually does. It usually stays soaking wet for a bit longer. And again, that's all that I added in, just that little amount that I did. I try to redistribute anything I can, so I'll keep scrunching all the way throughout, maybe pick up some extra product in one spot and redistribute it to another area. But so far, I'm pretty happy with how it's looking right now. And again, just keep scrunching. My scalp is tingling a little bit right now from the scalp serum. And it being just a little bit wetter than this usually helps distribute the product a little bit better. It's not bad right now, but I would have definitely done it just a little bit more wet. As you can see towards like the top side where my hair is a lot shorter because I have it cut in a lot of layers, these pieces form a little bit quicker. The bottom side of my hair doesn't do that as much. It's kind of a little bit more stringy. So maybe we'll add just a little bit of water. I have a spray bottle here. This is what I do. This spray bottle right here is what I use when I want my hair to like get curly in the morning. So like I mentioned before, I typically shower at nighttime. I go to bed with my hair a little bit damp and then wake up and it's dry in the morning. But because I've been tossing and turning all night, even if I do put like a silk cap on over it to keep it from like breakage and damage, it still sometimes in the morning ends up looking a little bit crazy and there's pieces pointed direction I don't want to. I just re-wet it with some water and then I scrunch it and then I'm good to go for the day. So I'm gonna re-wet just the bottom side a little bit. And that's what I really like about this too, is you can just keep adding water if it's not looking the shape you want it to. Water just evaporates. Product, you always want to start small because if you add too much, then at that point you're going to need to wash it out, because if there's too much product in your hair, depending if you have hair like mine, then it's just going to get too heavy and it's not going to look very good. Okay, so I think I'm pretty happy with the way that this looks right now. I'm now going to grab my blow dryer with the diffuser attachment on it and I'm going to diffuse my hair. So a tip that I've seen a lot of people recommend online is to hover over the hair first before you start doing the scrunching. I've done that a few times and it does make a noticeable difference, because if you go straight into the scrunching, it's going to be just a little bit more frizzy. So we're going to set it on warm and then low, and we're just going to hover over the hair for a little bit. It's very warm in here and the sun is shining directly on me, but the only good thing is that this is the only room in the entire house that gets light. So now that we've hover diffused for a little bit, I'm now going to go back in, same thing, low and warm, and I'm going to scrunch from the bottom and then hold and let go for a bit and do that all around my head. Honestly, overall, I'm really happy with the way that this looks, and we might make little tweaks as the year goes along, but overall, this is my 2024 curly hair routine. Here's the back. Oh. The back, I feel like, is always the best view, and that's the part that I can't see. What a shame.